on a Sunday. You want a quick snack, so you grab a Coke, which is perfectly legal. But try to buy a can of beans, and suddenly you are breaking the law.
Yeah, it is totally bizarre.
Right. Welcome to today's daily audio briefing of the Curated News, curated by Sandeep Ohri for Tuesday, July 21st, 2026. We are here to quickly and thoroughly unpack today's sequence of news items for you.
And you know, that German Sunday labor law piece from the Wall Street Journal perfectly highlights how these strict rules create insane loopholes. Because a soda is an immediate need, but beans are standard groceries.
So retail rules are applied completely unevenly just based on what scans at the register.
Exactly.
Well, speaking of rules, the Wall Street Journal also reported on the declining focus on corporate crime in the U.S. The acting attorney general actually said, companies don't go to jail, people do.
Which is a huge shift. It forces prosecutors to really pinpoint individual intent instead of just finding a faceless company.
That makes sense. Moving on to some international competition, though, there's another Wall Street Journal piece about China's complete dominance in power generation.
Oh, right. They are producing twice as much as the U.S. now, and by 2025, every single one of the top 10 battery storage suppliers globally will be Chinese.
Wow, all top 10. It is like this silent race happening outside the usual AI and auto spotlight?
Yeah, if you don't control the foundational hardware, you are going to fall behind.
Definitely. Okay, let's pivot to healthcare in Asia. The Hindustan Times is reporting that India just approved its first dengue vaccine. It is called Curated, made by the Japanese company Takeda.
Oh, that 2-dose jab, right, for ages 4 to 60.
Yes, and the crazy part is you can take it regardless of prior exposure.
That is massive for public health.
Yeah.
And speaking of kids and families, the Times of India noted a big win today. The Supreme Court ruled parents do not need to create an EPA ID for their children.
Oh, thank goodness. Less paperwork is always a win.
Definitely. Though, you know, looking at numbers and paperwork, the Financial Express reported that in FY26, banks earned over 20,000 crore rupees just selling insurance.
Wait, 20,000 crore? That sounds astronomical.
It does, but Sandeep adds that it would be really interesting to know what percentage of overall revenue this actually represents. Like, Sandeep notes, data without context implies different truths.
That is such a good point. We need the denominator there to see the real picture.
Right. And sticking with the Financial Express, they reported India paid an additional 2.02 trillion rupees for crude oil in the recent quarter. That is a 77% hike.
A 77% hike. But wait, didn't import volumes drop by like 4.5%?
Yeah, they did.
So
yeah.
let me push back a bit here. Don't nations heavily hedge against volatile pricing dynamics? How does a drop in volume equal a massive price spike for us?
Well, hedging helps, sure, but it just cannot outpace a massive systemic market rally. When you are a net importer, you eventually feel the burn.
Oof. Yeah, I guess so. On a brighter infrastructure note, the Financial Express shared a great tip. If you live within 20 kilometers of a toll national highway, you get a free, unlimited pass using the Rajmar Jatra app.
Oh, that is super handy.
Right.
And for local tech infrastructure, the Times of India looked at TRAI's Mumbai network test. They drove across 204 kilometers.
How did the networks hold up?
Well, Jio led the pack with 0 dropped calls, but state-run MTNL really struggled.
Not terribly surprising. Hey, speaking of local government, the Deccan Herald reports the Karnataka government is now delivering caste and permanent residence certificates straight to your doorstep.
That cuts out so much red tape.
It really does. Okay, let's lighten things up with some pop culture. The Wall Street Journal had this hilarious punny headline calling Christopher Nolan's new film, The Odyssey, an epic debut.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sandeep shared this cheeky meme about it. Hollywood has now spent over $650 million trying to get Matt Damon home.
Oh my gosh, from The Martian to Interstellar, Saving Private Ryan, and now The Odyssey.
And wrapping it up for another Tuesday morning is this piece. Meetings, chats, conversations are all being recorded and digitally summarized, and this seems to be normal and acceptable. On that note, adds Sandeep, this raises a question of privacy, which nowadays is routinely being sacrificed at the altar of productivity. In fact, if someone disagrees with having the meeting being recorded, they risk being asked to leave the meeting, especially if it's a larger group. What do you think? Have a fab day, folks, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.